Okay, just a quick video here to show you what's going on in the Atlantic Ocean with the hurricanes, all right? This is going to show you, at least get you thinking, I hope. This was a picture I saved about 3 weeks ago. I shared it when I first saved it. I shared it on Google+, but here I'm going to make a video and just show you the overlay, okay? This was in the Atlantic Ocean, just like this. I saved it exactly like this picture I saved, right? And as soon as I seen it, I knew what it was. I mean, I knew exactly what. This is the shape that. This is the volcano that creates everything. This is the Great. I call it the Great or Columbia. One of the. It's either or. Columbia. I call it the Great. I like to call it the Great because it creates the Great Lakes, everything else. This is the same thing as this shape right here you see in this desert. This I'm telling you, you will see this shape in the weather. If you pay attention to the weather often, you'll see this. This is the same as this desert here. This desert was a volcano at one time. A large volcano. Very large. 700 miles long. If you round it off, basically it's 700 miles from this end to this end. That's the caldera. That's the opening of the volcano. And I mean, it's pretty obvious. This is the Tibetan Plateau. It's massive. They call this the third pole of the Earth. It's just incredibly massive. The biggest geologic structure on the planet, really, is this right here. And this is the volcano that creates it, obviously. And this moves across the whole planet. Look, it creates the Aral Sea. It creates the Caspian Sea. It creates the Black Sea. It creates the Alps and the Mediterranean as well, and Greece and all of it. It comes all the way over here and it creates the Azores. It's the same thing. This is the Azores are the same thing. It comes over here, and it is the Gulf of St. Lawrence. See the teardrop shape? Okay, well, I just showed you in the Atlantic in the beginning. That's where this weather pattern's from that I'm showing you. There it is in the Atlantic. 3 weeks ago. Okay? So what's going on in the Atlantic is these are eruptions that create these things. I don't give a shit what they talk about, tropical depression, whatever. You know why the water rushes out from the beaches? Because these things are erupting and filling in the eruption or something. The land is opening up underneath the ocean. I mean, who's going to see it? It's so far out in the ocean, no one's going to see it. You can't see the eruption, even if it comes above the water. You know, the ocean is so deep. Even if it comes above the water, you're not going to see it. Maybe a certain one or two ships maybe in the area might see something, but doubtful. You know, I mean, this is the reason these are happening. That's why the storms always happen in this spot, because there's definitely volcanoes in this area of the ocean. You got the mid-Atlantic ridge spreading, so they say. But this is what's happening. This thing creates Yellowstone. It creates so many things. It's not even funny. It's really serious. This shape is everything. California, it creates so much. Japan, it's what shaped Japan. It's what shapes Lake Victoria, Lake Toba. It's the same. That volcano is the same thing. It's all the same from the same place. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, I've been looking at it for a long time. That's what that is right there. Let me show you a couple other pictures that I got put away here. Right here. Here's another one. Where's that other one at too? I want to show you. Oh, here's the first one. That's the same thing too. See that? There's the Gulf of St. Lawrence. See the teardrop shape? There it is there. Or they call it the claw print too. They call it the claw print, or I call it the teardrop claw print. But there it is there. Again, in the Atlantic off the east coast. That's a nor'easter storm. They call this a nor'easter. And let me go ahead a couple clicks, and I'll show you the next one. Different one. There's another one. There's another one. This will fit right into that volcano I just showed, or that desert I just showed you. Same thing. It'll fit right in there. And I've seen this shape all over in the weather, all over the world. So I'm just saying, they're definitely eruptions under the ocean that create the hurricanes and the typhoons. I mean, look at the East Coast. Look at the East Coast how it's got that curve there. It goes right up against, almost fits right up against the edge of the Himalayas. If I line that back up again, put it back where it goes. You see, I mean, we could look in here, and I bet you there's the shape of Florida in there. I mean, you can see something in there. You can see a line right here for sure. There's a curve right there. See that curve? Look. Look at this curve. See the line? I didn't put the line there. Watch where it lines up when I put the desert in place. Look. It runs parallel with that line that the east coast of North America does. I'm sure that they're leaving out a lot of features, but you could look longer and you'd find more. You know what I mean? This area is associated with Central America. This whole Tibetan Plateau and all of it. It's also, you can fit it right. I mean, look, there's the Himalayan curve right there in Cuba. So anyways, I just wanted to point that out. I mean, believe whatever you want, but that's what's going on in the Atlantic. That's why there's hurricanes there. That's why all these storms are shaped like the moon as well. I mean, because the moon is what creates all this, the shapes this area. So it's going to be shaped like the moon. If the moon shaped the Earth here, then all these storms are going to be shaped like the Earth, which is shaped like the moon. So try to understand that. And have a good night, good morning. Thanks for watching.